Hi guys, you ready to learn about willpower? I'm going to break down the function of willpower in this video. Stick with me in this. It's going to be probably a little long. I hope it's not too long. So if you're on mobile, you can tap right here to open the menu. If you're on PC, you tap there or tap on the escape key on your keyboard and you come to martial arts. You click on that and it will lead you to willpower. Now most times this will lead you to skill right here. So if it leads you anywhere over here, just click over here and you've come to the willpower section of the game. Now I'll talk about all of this over here because this is where you equip your willpower. Let's start with that. So let's tap on any of these and just see exactly what the willpower is. So click on that and you can see the willpower right here. It's an item that gives you buff most times. That being said, there are some willpowers that will not give you buff, like this one doesn't give you buff. But if you compare it to any of these other ones, they do give you buff. So you can keep in mind the willpower is something like a gem. If you've been playing any other MMO games at all, you will know what gems are. There are things you equip that gives you additional buff or helps you debuff your opponent. So that's exactly what the willpower is. And all of these, or the plus signs here, each of these are the slots that you can equip willpower. Now that you've understood what willpower are, and you've seen that there are different types of willpower, some that gives you buff and some that doesn't give you buff, let's still talk about the types of willpower aside from the ones that give you buff and the one that doesn't give you buff. And the types of willpower, there are 5 types of willpower. We have the earth, we have the fire, we have water, we have wood. It's not air. It's not air, guys. I was really sad. And then we have metal. So those are the 5 elements of willpower. And I will come back to this and talk more about this very soon. So let's go back over here. And if you click on this still, you can see the buffs the willpower give you that we talked about. And then you can also see the elements of the willpower, water elements. So hopefully you understood this part. I'm going to reiterate again. To get to the willpower section, you come over here, you open martial arts, and this is the willpower section right here. Willpowers are like gems that it gives you buff depending on the types you have and the elements in this case, because this willpower here, they have 5 elements. They have the earth, the fire, the water, the wood, and the metal element. And also, each of the willpower can have 2 to 3 elements. For now, I don't know if there's more than 3, but you can have 2 to 3 elements of willpower. Quick addition, I checked the shop right here and I was able to purchase this willpower crest from the shop. And when I checked the willpower, tried changing it, the golden willpower gives you 4 stats, 4 of a stat. So definitely purchase that, and yes, we figured out that it can go all the way to 4. Also, the willpower have quality. They all have qualities. And if we come over here to all willpowers, you can see that if we arrange it by quality, you have the purple willpower, you have the red willpower, and then you have the blue willpower, I believe. If you want to see the qualities fairly easily, you can come and try to upgrade any willpower, and it will tell you quick select blue. So these are the qualities here. You have blue, red, purple, and gold. But for now, this is everything in the beginning, or just the intro explanation to willpower. And hopefully you've understood all of this. Equipping your willpower, and there we go. You can equip it like this, and you can also upgrade them. So I don't really think I need to explain this much. It's a fairly simple concept. Upgrading your willpower, you can quick select, or you can tap them one by one and equip them, or you can quick select and equip and upgrade. It only consumes banknotes, so you don't have to worry about using any important resources. Now, do you upgrade your willpower at this point of the game, or do you wait till you get better willpowers to upgrade them? It depends on you. You can get willpowers fairly easily by farming at this point, but later on, I'm pretty sure it's going to require a lot more resources to level, especially when you get higher quality willpower. So maybe you can upgrade now, but upgrade in moderation. Do not use every single willpower resources you have. And also be careful to not mistakenly upgrade another upgraded willpower into the one you are upgrading. Just be careful with your equipment and resources. I think we've covered everything about here. Now let's talk about the willpower cycle, because if you remember, I said willpower has different elements. Now each of these elements can be used by all classes. It's not locked into a particular class. There are some classes that certain elements of willpower are better for. In this section that you have the elements of willpower, you also have levels of willpower. This is level 1, Having 4 of that element, we unlock level 1 or the willpower circle. Having 8 of that element, we'll unlock the level 2, and having 12 of that element, we unlock level 3. Now let's jump right into each of the elements of the willpower and explain what they do. The first element is the earth element, and this reduces all damage you take. School are the classes in this game. The classes are called school. So the earth element reduces all damage you receive from every class in this game at the first set. So if you have 4 earth elements willpower equipped, it will automatically reduce all the damage you take. For example, if I equip this one and I need to find the second one, I can equip maybe just any of this. There we go. Right now, I have unlocked the critical rate increased by 3% because I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the metal willpower element equipped on me. So if I want to unlock more, I need more metal elements to get this level 2 of the metal element circle. And that will bring us back again. We need to think about what I said earlier. That's why I first of all explained what the willpowers are and the elements in the willpower. And I showed you guys as well that each of these willpower gives you buff, except the level or 3 equipped element willpowers. They do not give you additional buff or stats. This just adds 1 elemental stat. So it's normally supposed to be 2. This just adds 1 more of this and makes it 3. So you have to choose. Do you want the extra buffs that each of these ones give you, or do you want to have like unlock these ones over here and get this quickly? Now, if you ask me, I think that each of these buffs are pretty good, but there are some of these buffs here that are absolutely amazing in my opinion. An example of one of them is this earth element circle that we are still talking about here. And you see, if we unlock this first one, it gives us damage reduction from all classes. And the second one gives you a shield up to 4% of your health, which is kind of okay. But every 12 seconds, you get this shield, and it's insane. That's not all. Enemies attacking this shield, they have the attack reduced by 6% for 3 seconds. This is insanely good. But hold your hats, because the final one is insane. At the final set, at level 3, the shield that you get every 12 seconds has a chance to be refreshed upon being hit. And then it converts the damage you take over 8 seconds into defenses, up to 40% additional defense. Then you see here, all skill damage taken reduction, up to 12%. But that's not all. Defense break and shield break is up to 15%, and that's when you're attacking your opponents, you can break your opponent's shield and stuff to deal more damage. This increases it up to 15% with a cooldown of 20 seconds. This is insane. So the level 3 of all of these things are insane, and that's one reason why you might want to go 3 of each element to unlock them. Now, for each of these elements, I'll be suggesting classes that I think might use them or might be good with them. For the earth element, I think the spear wielding class would be useful for it. I'm sorry, I don't remember its name exactly. Is it the Bloodstrom? I don't remember. But still, some other classes can use this, like the Night Waker, whatever it's called, can also use this. I can also use this as a Lumina because one, I already have a shield here that heals me as well. And if you see down here, the shield bar is already showing. If I now get an extra shield upon this, it's gonna be pretty crazy. So if you want to be defensive, you can go for this one, the Earth Elemental Circle. I guess that's the best way to say it. If you want to be defensive, the Earth one is for you. Let's move on from that. The Fire one is more offensive. Now this one just increases the damage you deal, and then at level 2 it also inflicts burn to your opponent and also debuffs them. So they keep taking 35% injury for 4 seconds, which is insane. And at the final one, chance to increase, a chance. We don't know what chance it is. It could be 50%, it could be 20%, it could be 10%, it could be 5%, we don't know. Like 4% for 10 seconds when attacking or healing, stacking up to 5 times. That's 20% damage increase, and it's a cooldown of 30 seconds. Now, aside from this sylph, I think this might be great for every other class, but personally, I don't know. I don't want to say this is better in PvE, but I think this will also be good in PvP. So those are my recommendations. And then next we have the Water Elemental, and this one is also okay. It's mainly focused on damage reduction when you are controlled or healing, so it's okay for PvP, especially because you get 10% vulnerability to the opponent when you release yourself from control. Now, anyone that doesn't know, if you are controlled, you can tap the letter C on your keyboard on PC, or I don't know what it is on mobile, and you break free from the control. So over here, there we go, you break free from the control. So every time you use this, that that skill, the break free from control skill, that's when the water element triggers. And this will help you survive a little with the damage reduction and also the healing increase, but it's based on you being controlled. It literally is based on you being controlled and breaking free from control. So this one is a little more strategic. So I don't know if this will be for everyone. Now, I think this skill is pretty good. But if you look at this final section, what that means is each of your stats can be increased. So there's a chance you can trigger this when dodging, and you can see it's already great for group battles, but it's mainly a buffing stuff, and it's mainly I think it's not proactive, it's more reacting. So healers can use this as well, and even the tanks in front in PvP can use this, because if they get controlled, I believe some classes has the ability to remove control from themselves. Not as long as your class has the skill to remove control that is not just dependent on this one right here, the break. As long as you have something else that can remove control or stun on you, then I think the water element will be great for you. I've not checked out every single class in this game, so I don't know every single class's skill and abilities. So if anyone knows, you can drop that in the comment section and I will appreciate that. Let's move on to the next element, because I don't want to give wrong information by suggesting what class exactly this will be good for. Just know if your class or school has the ability to, or skills that remove controls and stagger and all those things, then this will be great for you. Next, we have the wood element. So this already proves that it could probably be good for classes that have low damage or classes that have high health, and this already works for it, but it's not really crazy. If we keep going further, you see that it provides additional healing. That's already piques my interest. Then if we go further to the final one, this is where it breaks everything. When at least 3 school skills are on cooldown, there's a chance to reduce the cooldown of all skills by 40% up to 5 seconds. With a cooldown of 20, it's insane. So basically, when you're attacking right here, and 1, 2, 3, so 3 skills are on cooldown minimum, there is a chance that we don't know the chance, but there's a chance to reduce all your skill cooldown by 40%, and you can just keep spamming again. So I personally believe this is amazing for the sylph class, but I don't think this is only what you should use as a sylph. You could also use this to just protect yourself from dying and be super tanky while healing yourself back up like crazy, then helping your teammates break your opponent's shield. I think Earth is also great. I think I might use Earth, to be honest. It's literally pretty funny, but I don't think I will use it in PvE because I won't be dealing much damage. Now, if this was better than 40%, I would have loved it, but it's almost half. It's not just up to half. But it's alright, it's still pretty okay. Now let's move on to the final one, which is the metal. The metal element is pretty amazing. Now this deals in buffing you. Mainly, it doesn't debuff the opponent, it's just buffing you. So you have your critical rate buff or critical rate increase, and next you have your critical damage increase by 30%, which is insane. Then there's a chance that critical will increase its damage of this attack or healing by 150%. The sad part only I feel about this is if you want the best out of most of these elements, you have to go for the final level, the level 3. Any class can use it, like I said, and I think what we will want is this, the critical of this to be increased, because it's not just on damage, it's also on healing, and if it triggers on us healing, it's gonna be pretty good. You might just gain all your health back, but it's still a pretty good one. Now, most things will depend on the chance, like what chance it is. Is it 50% or so, like I said earlier? But it's still pretty good, and I think this one might be amazing. This critical damage here might be amazing. So if you want to go DPS or damage focus, I think the metal will be great for you. Now you have to choose between the metal that only buffs you or the fire that buffs you and puts debuffs on your opponent. So those are the two choices for damage focus. If you want to go defensive, I think the earth is the best. In my opinion, the earth is, I think, the best for defensive, and I might use this still in like most things. Then in PvE, I will switch from this. Then if you want to go strategic, like if your class has all those things that enables it to remove from control effects and stuff, you can definitely go for the water element. So if you become controlled, you remove the control from yourself, and then you can gain this vulnerability on your opponent or debuff your opponent with vulnerability, increasing your damage. This is more strategic than the others, in my opinion. And finally, we have the wood element that's mainly just skill reduction, or rather skill cooldown reduction, and to be able to spam your skills in a way. Because if we add all the skill cooldown reduction, this is 5% and 40%, that's 45% skill cooldown reduction. But it's not, might not be that great, but you know, we do have the healing here and a little more help from true damage. So the wood is a little off, but it's still pretty good to be able to gain constant healing. But it's your choice. I love this one. In my opinion, I love this. If you want to go offensive, fire or metal, and if you want to go strategic, then water elemental, especially if you have the ability to dodge. This might also be useful in 3 vs 3 PvP or so. I don't know if there'll be 1v1s later. This might be amazing in 1v1s, but for now, this might be amazing for group PvPs because you also buff your allies, your teammates. And then finally, you have the wood that it's skill reduction and stuff. So if you want to spam and all those things, that's what this does. So that's everything about willpower now. I've explained everything I could. I'm sorry this video is long. And if you come here, you can see the buffs that your equipped willpowers currently give you. Now, before we go, there was something I said before about upgrading your willpowers and stuff. But I want you guys to personally go over here, this question mark here, click on it and read this. I don't want to talk about it more because the video might be too long, but I want to specify or rather focus on this section. Due to the rarity of upgrade materials, it is advised to enhance only your highest rated willpower. That's what I was saying. Do not waste your resources. Just enhance or pick one willpower that you have that's very good quality and you're sure you will keep using, that will benefit you, and focus on enhancing just that one, or maybe 2 of them or stuffs like that. We'll just have to watch and see how it goes, because this is season 1 or is it season 0? And we don't know much that will happen in the future. Anyway, that's everything for the video, and that's all about willpower. I hope this video has helped you understand the function of willpower. And I haven't talked about where you can get willpower, but you can get it from just exploring the open world, doing your dailies, and also you can get it from dungeons, I believe, that give willpower. So you play your dungeons every day, and I think you should be able to buy some of them from the shop. I don't remember if I saw exactly where they are. Yeah, there we go, willpower chest. So definitely get that every week, and it's pretty good because it is a golden willpower. So from now, if you are not at level 50, once you start the game, just keep purchasing this and storing it, and you know, you will be able to get better things later. You have golden willpowers instead of just the blue ones. So I was about to end the video, and I just remembered I haven't told you guys how you can unlock this, or rather, I haven't told you guys what to do. This is what I ended up with on my willpower. I realized doing the video, my willpower was literally on water and stuff. So if you come over here, you can see these are the 2 things I got from the box, which I advise you to get in the shop. These are the 2 things I got, and you can only equip 1 of each type of willpower. For example, this one's willpower is called 5 Rhymes Ballad. This is also 5 Rhymes Ballad. If you have 1 of them equipped, you cannot equip a second one. So just take note about that. Like, I have the fire equipped now. If I try to equip the water, it won't equip. And it's the same thing with even the same fire that is purple quality, 5 Rhymes Ballad, it won't be able to equip. So we can only equip 1 of that. So you have to be a little more creative with your stuff. So I decided to just equip the fire over the water, mainly because the fire gives me all school damage. Like, I deal damage a lot. So, and then I pushed through to get as much earth as I could to unlock the second stage, which increases or rather reduces all the damage I receive and also gives me a shield. So now I gain shield every 12 seconds, and more opponents are debuffed for attacking that shield. That's not all. I also have this transformation here equipped that reduces the max damage I take. So I can't take more than 10% of my max health as damage. If I do, that damage is reduced by 25%, which is absolutely crazy. Then I also have this one equipped that reduces the damage or increases the damage I deal to other opponents that have shields. And this one that if my health drops below 50%, I get a shield as well. And I also have this one that just increases the damage I deal. And it's pretty good. I think all those are a bunch of nice buffs, a lot of shields. So in this way, I can be quite tanky. Add that to my shield. And I think this is going to be pretty cool. That's just the build I decided to, or I ended up with. That's just mine for now. You could always end up with other things. You can just experiment and figure out what your playstyle will be. I just want to be a tortoise, an annoying tortoise that can still deal damage. And maybe even I might turn to poison build, just so I can be surviving with the shields, healing, and poisoning my opponents to death. I don't know. We'll figure that out in time. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video. If you have any question, comments, suggestions, or requests, you can drop them down there in the comment section. I read all of them. I'll respond to you if needed, or make a video if necessary. If I made any mistake at all, you can correct me in the comment section as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a lovely time, and bye-bye.